of me giving the baskets. I never take pictures of that. No, was hey, you're the dignity of these people. They're needy. As a matter of fact, the way what we used to do when we started the project is we would call somebody at school, and they would identify the families, and the club would get the baskets, and they would say, "Pues let's deliver the baskets to the school," because they distribute it. That was easy, right? And until I said, "Hey, listen, why don't we distribute them ourselves? That's the whole point of giving, you know." So then we decided, well, maybe we can do that. And what happens is, for the last, I don't know how many years, but the way I have done it is that now we have several members of the club that themselves deliver the baskets. We all deliver them now. And what I would do, what I started doing is I would call my good friend Lily Olivares, who was an assistant principal at La Union Elementary when we started. Now she's the principal at Gruya Elementary. But when she was the assistant, I said, can you identify 5 families truly in need from your school? And she would identify them. And of course, she would ask them why. She would call and say that there was this project, that they didn't have to participate, but that if they wanted. And then she would also, of course, ask if that who was, in this case me, we would deliver if it was okay, and got everything approved through them. And so what I started doing is delivering the baskets. And honestly, there's some real need in our community. You would think, we get so used to us. We go to our job, we go to our church, maybe we go to McAllen, then back to a football game, without realizing that within a mile from where we live, there's people that don't have that luxury. And I've gone to see trailers, small trailers, little trailer homes, where 6 or 7 are living. It's just incredible need. And when you deliver that basket, when you see the faces of those kids, because there's going to be a turkey, there's going to be a pie, you can see it in their faces. But like everything else, when it involves students, to me it's always about a lesson. So I always ask to find out who is the student that Miss Olivares has found, because I want everybody in the family to know that he or she is the one that the assistant principal or the principal recognized. And I always make a point to make sure and tell the student to go thank Miss Olivares for what she did, because that's the reason. And again, to show appreciation. And I always would give him my business card and tell him, hopefully you'll never need a lawyer. But anything that you need, don't worry about whether it'll cost money or anything like that. But if you have a need, just call me. And we've been doing that for years. It's like one of the years in that steel place there in Garciasville, the one north of the highway. Every year, sometimes I guess there are different families, que start living there. And they live there with a small little trailer with, it can be a family of 4 and the parents. Really big need, but that's what we do with the baskets, When we started all of this, there really wasn't Facebook, there wasn't the phones like now, and one of the things that I've never done, and I'll never do, is we'll take pictures when we're putting the baskets together at HEB. As a matter of fact, this year I went to do the shopping for to put the baskets together the day before on Tuesday, and so we're looking through all of that. But one of the things that I've never done and will never do is take pictures of the recipients, because I know what it is to be real poor. I was like that, and at my home growing up, we never had a turkey. The reason we never had a turkey was my mom's stove was very small, and a turkey was a luxury that we couldn't afford, and it was just her and I, so she'd buy a chicken. So I really never had Thanksgiving dinners because I was very poor. And one of the things that I know is that my mom used to talk about it's okay to be poor, but she was a very clean person in our house. You know, she always washed my clothes and ironed. But when you're that poor, you do feel a little inferior. You feel embarrassed because, you know, like us, we didn't have a restroom. We had an outhouse. That's not something, it's hard for a young child. This is not something you go brag at school. How can you even take a girl to your house? You know? Because what if she wants to go to the restroom? You know, these are things that I went through. So when I go deliver these baskets, yeah, oh, never would I think about. I wouldn't have wanted for somebody to help me and take pictures of my house to put in the newspaper for everybody to know how poor I am. I think I don't think that would be it would hurt a person's dignity, and it defeats the purpose of the meaning of what you're helping. Cada uno de como propuso en su corazón, no con tristeza ni por necesidad, porque Dios ama al dador alegre. The cheerful giver, because the cheerful giver is the one that gives not because he has to, not because he's asked to, not because he feels obligated, because he wants to. And if you are the cheerful giver, you don't take pictures. You don't need pictures. You're giving it from your heart. I'm trying to think as I'm recalling, come to think of it, most of the times that I give, I don't think I've ever taken pictures of me giving. Although I give. I hadn't thought about it until this very minute. I don't think I take pictures of anything where I give anything. Ever. Because it's not about that.